Right now! Let her go!
John, let go of the girl.
You shut up!
Let her go!
Put it down.
Prison Break has seen a massive 111% jump on the Netflix streaming charts, 7 years after its divisive revival, making fans hopeful for a new season. The show first hit Fox in 2005, featuring Wentworth Miller as Michael Scofield, a guy who gets himself thrown in prison to help his brother, Lincoln Burrows, played by Dominic Purcell, who's on death row for a crime he didn't commit. It originally ran for 4 seasons and 79 episodes, earning mostly positive reviews, and wrapped up with a TV movie, Prison Break: The Final Break, in 2009, before its controversial comeback in 2017 for the 5th one. Reports from Deadline say that Prison Break has skyrocketed to the top of the Nielsen overall streaming list after making a comeback on Netflix. The series saw an impressive 111% increase in viewership from the previous week, racking up 1.6 billion minutes watched across 90 episodes since its arrival on the streaming platform after being off the air for 7 years. It even surpassed other popular shows like The Umbrella Academy, Bluey, Grey's Anatomy, and House of the Dragon, despite already being available on Hulu before Netflix. So the big question is, why is Prison Break experiencing this resurgence, and could it mean a second revival? Prison Break made a comeback with its 5th season in April 2017, which had 9 episodes and wrapped up in May. Wentworth Miller and Dominic Purcell returned to their roles, even though Michael Scofield seemed to have died at the end of Season 4. This twist received mixed reviews, but now the show is gaining a new audience and popularity on Netflix. It likely benefits from the binge-watching format and its fast-paced storyline, which appeals to viewers. This renewed interest might spark talks about a 6th season. Fox had initially greenlit it back in January 2016, but that plan never panned out. However, given the show's streaming success, there's a chance that the studio might reconsider. Another reason is that Prison Break have many storylines that were never resolved with Season 6. It can do that. Even though Season 5 brought Michael Scofield back from the dead, there are still plenty of unanswered questions lingering. While it might not reach the same heights as Lost, there are at least 10 mysteries on our minds. First up is the question of why they chose Terrence Steadman. He popped in and out of Prison Break faster than you can blink. He started off as dead, murdered by Lincoln Burrows, who later turned out to be innocent. Then we discovered that Terrence wasn't dead at all and was actually at the center of a conspiracy. Given that he was the vice president's brother, his supposed death was a big deal. However, one thing that was never clarified was why he was chosen for this role. What made him more significant than any other member of the vice president's family? Another thing was various money problems. One of the bigger, more vague issues with Prison Break revolves around money. After Season 1, Michael and Lincoln, along with everyone else, are out of prison and constantly dodging the law. Yet some of the things they do seem pretty extravagant and would likely need a decent amount of cash. For instance, Michael manages to get teabag a mechanical hand through a procedure that supposedly costs over $1 million. So, where's a fugitive getting $1 million? Sure, he could be making money from his work, but that's never really explained. And also, what was Scylla? Overall, Scylla was a crucial device packed with important information. It was so vital that the access key was divided among various high-level company operators. By the end of Season 4, we learned some of its contents, like details on alternative energy sources, a device that can produce water, and a range of vaccines. But what about the specifics? How are these groundbreaking products made? What are the vaccines for? And where were these actual products stored? While Scylla contained info about them, there must have been physical locations of equal significance where these revolutionary medicines were kept. Another is, where are the company operatives now? The company was a massive organization filled with influential people who had control over the government, almost like the Illuminati. By the end of Prison Break, it looks like the company has been dismantled and its power has faded. While many of its members were killed, we never learned what happened to several others. It's possible they could have reformed and started their own version of the company, but we didn't get to see where they ended up. The simplest answer might be that they ended up in prison. But then, what happened to Mahone? One of the standout characters in Prison Break is Alex Mahone. He started off as an FBI agent determined to catch the escapees from Season 1, but eventually teamed up with Michael. His loyalty is heightened in the final break when he gives the FBI false information to help Michael escape. We see him in a flash forward paying his respects at Michael's grave, but he doesn't show up in Season 5. This raises a big question. What happened to him? He ended season 4 as close friends with the group, yet he has no role in Michael's comeback. So where did he go? Same goes for Fibonacci. What happened to him? Remember Fibonacci? His mysterious backstory and key role in John Abruzzi's life were major highlights of the first season, especially since we learn that he was the reason Abruzzi ended up in prison. The last we hear about him is that he went into witness protection, but it feels like that storyline was left hanging. Abruzzi had a powerful family and plenty of money, so it's hard to believe they would just let it go. Why wasn't Fibonacci pursued? And was the witness protection ever compromised? We never really find out. Much like LJ. We don't know where he is. LJ is basically the Walt Jr. of Prison Break. In the beginning, he was the driving horse behind nearly every decision Lincoln made. But by the end of the show, it felt like Lincoln forgot he existed, only remembering him during dramatic moments when he needed a reminder of his purpose. Throughout most of Season 4, LJ is just MIA. He's supposedly living with Sophia, but we don't really hear anything about what he's up to or where he is. His role became so minor that the show wrapped up without him ever discovering what happened to Kellerman. Also, another thing that they need to explain is Michael's hand tattoo. Season 5 of Prison Break was highly anticipated globally, and it mostly delivered on those expectations. It started off slow, but eventually brought in some classic twists and turns that were reminiscent of the earlier season. One memorable twist revealed that Michael had a tattoo on the backs of his hands the whole time, which he used to bypass a facial recognition security system. It's a chilling twist, but if you think about it, the system can't be that advanced if it didn't catch all those fingers all over his face. Another big issue is that Link saw Sarah's head in a box. This is arguably the biggest plot hole in all of Prison Break. During Season 3, Sarah Wayne Callies left the show, and Link is shown a decapitated head in a box, which he confirms is Sarah's. However, in Season 4, they poorly retconned this whole situation, revealing that her death was faked. This doesn't make any sense, because Link knows what Sarah looks like and would definitely be able to tell she wasn't actually dead. The whole situation is never really explained, leaving fans scratching their heads. Lastly, is Kellerman really dead this time? This question isn't really a question if you look at it at face value. We see Kellerman getting killed by Van Gogh, the assassin, not the painter, but we never actually see the bullet hit him. It's just heavily implied. This situation is oddly reminiscent of Kellerman's earlier Death, where it seemed like a firing squad took him out in the back of a van, but it turned out they didn't. So, who knows, he might just pop up again. Well, that's about it. Which unanswered question do you find most intriguing, and what do you hope to see if a 6th season happens? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and discussions. We appreciate your support, and we'll catch you in the next video.